Everyone, hope you're doing well. So today I have this makeup look, which is not my everyday university look. If you want to see that, I can do it. It would probably be like a 5-minute video. This is more of when I have a presentation, or I have to look a little bit better, or I have clinic or something like that, where I have to put a little bit more effort, but I definitely want to distinguish my face from day to night and look a little bit different when I'm out with colleagues and friends. So if you like this look and are interested, then keep watching. So I'll leave the descriptions down below. I have this mirror that I got from Amazon, and I put my makeup in this little gold tray, and this has just got my kind of everyday sort of reach for things. And then I've got my brush and this little llama cup, and my palette's just all on there, and that's a bit messy. I should have tidied it up, but I'm just getting ready to go to class. So the first thing I've been using is the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer, and I don't normally wear primers, but I just thought I'd give it a try on the, which maybe is not the best time to do like trying out stuff, but for that date I thought, well, I don't want my makeup to slip off because New Orleans is super hot, and I just wanted to, like, you know, look pretty flawless and make an effort. So I put this on, and it's really amazing because it just makes your skin feel like it just glides. It's like nothing. So I think it just helps smooth on things. And then oh my god, I can't tell you how much. And you'll see, like, look at my face. It's quite pale, dull, you know, I've got the circles and all that stuff. And I use this Hourglass in golden, and it's got a beautiful shape, so you can use it for underneath your eyes. And then it just, you can see my blemishes and stuff like that I've broken out ever since I've gone here, probably due to stress and just new water and temperature and things like that. So I'm not worried about it, it will go away. But I just kind of like put little dots on everywhere, or little stripes. And then with my wet beauty blender, I just kind of, I push it in, but then I also like move it around as well. And you'll see how this foundation just gives me life. It brings back the color into my skin, and it just covers amazingly. I can't describe it. You know when people are like, oh, it's the most beautiful foundation, it's the most beautiful color. I never really understood that till now, and I've been wearing makeup since, you know, my teens, and I've never had this experience. So I highly, highly recommend it. It makes me definitely more excited to try other face products from Hourglass. So I wonder if they're the same, now that I've found like the correct shade and stuff. So this just, you know, I don't know if this lighting will really show because it's my camera, but it's so much more golden. No, I'm so washed out. No, you won't be able to tell exactly, but maybe when it transpires on the video it will look a bit better. But I look more golden. They take the words right out of your mouth, don't they? And then my other like literal favorite is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in medium to deep, and this you have to see. So look at my eyes now. I'll do one, and it just doesn't crease. And it gives colour and it brightens, but it doesn't look too salmony underneath your eyes. And it doesn't move, and you see how it like brought up because of the brightening. This is now sunken, this is more like up to level. And I love it because every day I literally do one eye at a time just to compare. The only problem I have with this is that it only comes in light, I don't know, fair to light or light medium, and then medium to deep. So if it doesn't work, there's only 2 colors. So if it doesn't work for you, then it won't work for you, and that's such a shame. But I think they've chosen universal shades. But I'm not sure how good you can see that. And, you know, I don't look like caked on or anything like that. So I just look more even. And then my eyebrows, I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Precision Brow Pencil, and it comes with like a little spoolie. And so I just kind of brush up my hairs like so. I do need to get my eyebrows done, but I have no idea where to get that done in New Orleans. So if you have been to New Orleans or you live here, can you tell me for threading? I would really appreciate that. And I'm trying to do like the little hair strokes again, because I realized I was like filling out my brows too much to where they just look painted on, and sometimes that can look good, but for class and especially uni here, like I feel like people don't really wear, and I don't know why I've forgotten this, but like people don't really wear makeup, you know, they're not, I haven't really seen a girly girl yet, and nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong, it's just that I look then really British and like done up for school, but you know, I'm also like a working professional, so I do like to, you know, put a little bit more effort and not like make people upset with my appearance. So those are my eyebrows. They're not gonna look, you know, as symmetrical because they need to be tweezed or threaded, and I just don't want to touch them to make them really different. And obviously no eyebrows are the same, yada yada yada, we all know this. Bobbi Brown I used to set my eyebrows. This is in the shade Mahogany, which you would think that was quite red, but it's not. And I use this just to kind of, especially when I'm waiting to get my eyebrows done and I do have like flyaways, to just kind of set in place and to brush it makes it just look so much more neater. And it does have colour in it, but not that much. I'm just literally like brushing the surface. But if you have lighter hairs, then I think it will really show, which is quite nice. But yeah, it will kind of add a bit of dimension when it dries as well. And then my smudge proof eyeshadow base by Nars. And I go back and forth as to whether I do my face, my entire face first, or my eyes. I sometimes like to do my eyes first, just so I don't make my face so heavy, and then I can really see what needs to be played up. So for my eyes, I'm using the Too Faced Natural palette. This is my favorite palette of all time. You can see it's well loved. And I play around with what I do on a daily basis, but most of the days I use this flat 227 brush from MAC, and I go into Heaven, which is a lovely creamy based matte eyeshadow. And I pat it on my eyes and I bring it all the way up to the brow bone to give a highlight. It's just like a light wash, nothing crazy. And then I go in with this brush here, which is the Sigma. This is the Small Tapered Blending F45. And I go into Cashmere Bunny, which is a mid-tone brown. And it's got a bit of an ashiness to it. And I go right into the crease to give me like a real socket. I feel like giving me that socket just kind of alleviates the hoodedness of my eyes, so I don't look as droopy. It kind of gives, it just kind of looks like one crease then. And then I always love, so by that time most of that's come off, I love Honey Butter. It's my favorite colour. It's this sort of like peachy, warm tone colour, and I put it right above the crease, and it just lifts my eye up and adds like another dimension to it and adds some warmth to it. So you can see my eye now looks a little bit more lifted up. And then with another brush, I normally go in with this Sonia Kashuk one. Yeah, just this Sonia Kashuk. It's kind of one of those like more blunted blending brushes. I go in with either Risque or Sexpresso, but I like Risque a lot. And I feel like this is what really does good to my eyes and brings it all together, is just to have that corner darker colour to kind of just emphasize the shape of my eyes. It's just like a little bit more fancy. I definitely don't wear this on a daily basis. One, because I just, you know, didn't have to. And then I also, you know, I realized that with the Sigma E20, this is the short shader, that doing the same color, so Risque, in the bottom corner also just like makes my eyes look complete. I think without having anything underneath, just I look too almost dead looking or too bare. So it's great for like no makeup days or when I'm doing like a nude eye. But when I'm like going a little bit extra with the corner and like the different shades, I need something to tie my eyes all together, and I just blend it with my fingers as well. So that's that. I use the Wet n Wild cream eyeliner. This is Carbon My Reach, and I use it with its brush. And the problem is I didn't clean this brush yesterday, so it's now hard, but I actually like that. Sometimes I only do it like every other day like this, because then I can get like a more precise, this gives like a very nice soft finish, and now when it's a little bit hard it gives me more of a flick. And what I like doing is just going straight rather than trying to go up. If I start to go up in any way, they look less alike, and I just can't do it. So I go pretty straight out, and then I try and like match it to the curvature of my eyelid. I feel like this is more foolproof as well. So if you're not good at these sort of liners, then just doing it here, like in this corner bit, just makes it a lot easier. And although I can do it, it distinguishes between night and day for me. So I do this style for the day, and then at night time, to look a little bit different, I then do all over, like do a full liner, and I just look a little bit more different than how I've looked in the day. And then I would normally use a black eyeliner. This is the Glide On by Urban Decay, and I'll use this for my waterline, but since it's the day and I'm trying, you know, I don't make it too heavy, I leave that out, and I'm fine with that. And then Covergirl Lash Blast for my mascara. I always do the bottom lashes too. I never miss them out, no matter whether it be day or night. It just looks more complete for me. Now I can do my actual face, and what I've been using for my face is my By Terry palette that I got for Christmas. It's number 4 Savannah Love, and legit my absolute favorite thing I've ever gotten. And with the annoying tapered brush by Sigma, the F35, it reminds me of the MAC one, was it 108 or something, where it leaves hair on your skin. This one does too. I kind of go in the middle section here and a little bit at the top, and I just kind of contour with this shade, even though it does have like a darker brown underneath, but that really is quite strong, and I don't know, I don't use that for the day. And this just brings back my cheekbones and ties my face together nicely. So now you can see, like, well, I don't know if you can see, but I look symmetrical, but I don't know if here I look as good on camera, but like I look alright in real life. And then I like to get the darker or the medium shade and just run that underneath, just to highlight under here and give me a stronger line. And you know, the key is to blend and all that good stuff that we know. And then I really love this baby pink, and it's kind of shimmery, and I just smile and like literally lightly dust it on the tops of my cheek. So nothing crazy with highlight or strobing or, you know, major blush, but just enough to give me a flush. And then I go in with the Rimmel. This is the 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Contouring Pencil in Cappuccino. I think that's number 47. And it is contouring, and it's definitely a liner that kind of really accentuates where my lips, my lip line is. And if you go super light, it just matches your skin tone or matches my lip skin tone. If I go dark or like press on it harder, I definitely look more 90s. Beautiful Tom Ford Spanish Pink, which is melting, so that's not good. Oh no, that sucks. Okay. I love this one. I just love how it glides. It's such a pretty pink too. It looks quite nude on camera, but in real life, I think Lisa shows it the best in her lighting. You can see how beautifully pink that is. I would have to probably use a lip liner like she does too. Obviously with a more contoured lip liner it looks a bit different, and on my lips are naturally brown. And then I've been really liking the Hourglass Veil. This is the translucent setting powder, and I really like the way it's shaped. It's kind of, I don't know, concave in that way, and it's got beautiful, beautiful, like super milled diamondy powder. And I'm not one to normally put powder on my face, but I don't know, with this foundation it works really nice, and I just dust it on very, very lightly. I don't even know if it's necessarily doing something, but I feel like it just kind of just gives a little veil, which is what it's called. Gosh, so good with terminology, Rosie. And then I then set it as well, which is probably defeating the purpose considering that is a setting powder, but I use the Urban Decay All Nighter. But I feel like in this heat, I need it. And then I'll just go back with the Beauty Blender and pat over. So if there's any excess powder or whatever, or excess foundation, this is the time I can just like blend it all in. And then I do sometimes go over again with my foundation stick, like little bits that I can see that are still popping through, and it stays fine. Even though I've set everything and all that. I don't know whether it's because I've still got residue of setting spray on my skin and it kind of like blends it all together, but it doesn't budge, and I just like kind of like stamp it on in those areas. I could use like a little brush and be a bit more specific, but who has time for that? So yeah, that's it. So now I look a lot more put together, but not crazy, crazy. And yeah, this is what I would typically wear on a day that I have to put a little bit more effort into things. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.